Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
We are reading Sri Sri Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi, verse 85. I cannot forget Radhika's beauty, the opulence of her newly entering youth, the movements of her eyes, her very amazing, delicious, chalk-like breasts, the sweetness of her bimba cherry-like lips, her smile, her words, and her playful gait. Sri Radha's unforgettable sweetness. Shripad, in his kinkari form, is engaged in Srimati's service in Javad, when Shyam suddenly plays his enchanting flute in a nearby forest. Although everyone is attracted to Krishna's soft flute playing, Sri Radharani is mostly attracted, like a snake that is enchanted by the mantras of a hunter. Srimati rushes out of the house, flying up like a bumblebee after catching the delicious fragrance of Shyamasundar. The maidservant who follows her like her shadow pacifies her with sweet topics of Krishna. Just see how many waves of ecstatic wrath are coming up in the ocean of their love when they see each other's moon-like faces. Their hairs stand on end and tears of ecstasy stream from their eyes. How much Srimati's beauty increases when she sees Shyamasundar. It is as if beauty gushes out of her body. The fish-like eyes of Shyamasundar and the maidservant swim on the waves of that nectar ocean of beauty and sweetness that is adorned with emotional ornaments like Hava and Hava. This beauty is unforgettable. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sings.
Let's stop and look at this one. It's so nice, this description. I wonder if you might even read it again. The mantra is describing what she sees.
From this whole...
Just see, deco.
Yeah, just see how many waves of ecstatic wrath are coming up in the ocean of their love when they see each other's moon-like faces. Their hair stand on end, and tears of ecstasy stream from their eyes. How much Srimati's beauty increases when she sees Shyamasundar. It is as if beauty gushes out of her body. The fish-like eyes of Shyamasundar and the maidservant swim on the waves of that nectar ocean of beauty and sweetness that is adorned with emotional ornaments like Hava and Bhava. This beauty is unforgettable.
What's really special about it, I think we forget sometimes how flowing the feelings are from Radha. You know, we understand that God is beauty, is pleasure, is love, Ananda, Satchit Ananda. We say God He's all things. So Krishna is all this beauty. And then we say sometimes, well, Krishna is the ocean of love. But the way that Radha reacts here and then in many places in this book is so energetic, so flowing. So it's ecstatic rasa. And it's not just something we can admire from a distance. It's coming out of the ocean. It's flowing. It's making her run across the meadow, the forest from her home. So it's all a kind of reminder that the difference between a Vaishnava idea of the opulence, the beauty, the love of God as something to admire at a distance, and that the way that we practice it in bhakti as love in action, this difference is very great, very important. And so it means that everything is always changing. And then it says that her beauty increases. So even just when she's thinking about her lover, then she becomes more beautiful. It's just an amazing thought, as though she weren't beautiful enough, as though she weren't perfect beauty to begin with. The moment she has the emotion in her heart for her lover, Krishna, then she becomes even more beautiful, which means more attractive, which means it increases his love in this ocean. And then finally, the last, and the beauty gushes out of her body. It's not something that's just like something fixed or stable or like a picture we could admire that's hanging on the wall. It's something that's producing beauty, producing the flow of love. So this image of the water that's flowing and the waves that are coming and going, this is the way our Radha experiences love. And it's completely different from the way that, I don't know, in Christianity, we would admire the beauty of God or the beauty of Jesus on a picture. This is something that's actively creating a flow of love, which in the end flows from Radha to Krishna, but also flows through us. And that's what I'm seeing in this little paragraph. Thank you.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sings, once Krishna's beautiful body that is like the blue of a mango tree appears before the eyes, it always rises within the heart. Alas, when it enters the minds of the women, they cannot get it out anymore, even with the greatest effort. It's not a body, but the thorn of a Seya berry tree. But even that Shyamasundar, who enchants all women, cannot forget Radhika's sweetness. It's like yesterday Gurudev made the example, or we were reading that millions of cupids are enchanted by Radhika. And he says, here in the material world, Cupid enchants millions, and Radhika can enchant millions of cupids. So we cannot even understand, or we cannot even see, or it's inconceivable how Radhika must be. One day when we see, then we will know. During Purvarag Leela, first love, he says, when this wonderful form appeared before my eyes, its wonderful sweetness constantly arises in my heart. Govinda Das. The Kinkari sees how wonderful is the entrance of youthful beauty into Radhika's body. In this age, the breasts slightly begin to grow. The eyes become a little restless. A mild smile appears on the mouth, and the mind becomes somewhat stirred by amorous desires. This newly entering youthful beauty is not a thing to forget, and the acharyas have blessed the neophyte devotees by recording their experiences in their books like Radha, Rasa, Sudhanidhi. These topics cannot be fully understood though, as long as one is in material bodily consciousness.
So it's really important to remember that what we're reading about, this is not in the material world. This is in the spiritual world. And indeed, Radha does not ever exist in the material world. She's in the spiritual world. So the body that we're getting descriptions of, the eyes and the breasts and the smile and all this, these are not material. And then if we remember that her body is made of pure love, something which is just crazy to try to understand. Her body is made of pure love, then these physical qualities, like the smile, like the breast, like the beauty, like the youth, these are all expressions of emotions. So whenever we hear about an ornament on Radha's body, this is an emotion. When we hear about some quality of her face or of her feet or of her body, these are emotions. In the spiritual world, there are no physical bodies. There are only emotions, only pure feeling. And so again, the Kinkari sees, that means that we're seeing from the Manjari point of view. And what the Kinkari sees, someone who's in the spiritual world, is that her breasts are growing and that her smile is growing and that the beauty is becoming youthful again.
Eyes becoming a little bit restless.
Exactly. And all these are these magical signs of love for Mohan growing miraculously. With the thought of Mohan, love in the universe increases. And this is why we want to meditate on the Radha Mohan. So the thoughts of love continue. Thoughts of love are always there. And this means that the love in the universe will always be growing. And then we have books to remind us. This is a little bit more boring. The last line says, we have these nice books in the Acharyas. But what really reminds us is to keep our thoughts in these pastimes, to try to feel how that could feel.
But still the books help to
remind.
To remind and to enter and to refresh the thought, to refresh the picture.
Yes, of course. Babaji agrees. Babaji agrees with you. It's true.
What a wonderful gesture Srimati makes with her eyes while eating delectable glands. While I like fasting. Sorry, the light is here very bad, to be honest.
I see that.
I have a hard time to see things, and maybe you can try to make a more light somewhere. What a wonderful a wonderful gesture Srimati makes with her eyes while casting delectable glances at Shyamasundar, beautifying the whole of Vrindavan and enchanting Shyamasundar.
Radhe Radhe. So maybe sorry. Near the chair, there is right. Then like next Gurudev is this blue chair. Near fan of Gurudev.
Near fan of Gurudev here.
Yeah. Near fan. Some switches and one is big right here. Maybe it's helpful for you. How do you feel?
It's a bit better, yeah.
Shirada.
Thank you. The maidservant experiences Shyama's savor in her own heart. Krishna's eyes are said to be cooling. Sitaram Drishtipate, Krishna Kaviraj. But Srimati Radhika glances soothe even his afflicted heart. Enchanted Krishna casts a glance at Srimati's golden, jug-like breasts, and the maidservant also admires their sweetness through the agitated state of the divine couple's mind.
So who can give comfort to God? Radha.
Shyama is immersed in ecstasy. or Shyam is immersed in ecstasy, as if he is bewitched by some mantra. And he slowly approaches the golden-like Radha, saying, "Oh, beautiful girl, who are you? Have you appeared on the pathways of Vrindavan to illuminate the whole of Vrindavan with your sweet form that enchants all the three worlds? Are you the family deity of luster, or the goddess of youthful beauty herself? Are you a new treasure of sweetness, a flood of elegance, a river of bliss, or a stream of nectar? I think you are none of those, because even all these things together cannot be equal to you. I'm very eager to become acquainted with you. Oh, Kalyani, auspicious, beautiful girl, please introduce yourself to me." Hearing Shyamasundara's words, Srimati shows a slight, nectarian smile on her sweet bimba-cherry-like lips. The maidservant floats on the sweetness of that smile along with Shyamasundar. Slightly smiling, Srimati says, "Why do you want my acquaintance? I'm worshipping the sun, and I came here to pick flowers. Can nobody save innocent housewives from your free and wicked wandering here in Vrindavan? Why are you coming to a place where women are supposed to walk freely? Quickly, go away." Our hero is enchanted by these sweet words. The light that shines from her teeth cannot be compared to pearls. The rays that shine from her body cannot be compared to gold, and her voice cannot be compared to that of a cuckoo. Full of desire, Shyam tries to catch the edge of Srimati's cloth, but Srimati flees away. How sweet and unforgettable are these pastimes, Shripad prays. May these unforgettable pastimes find a suitable sitting place in my heart.
So nice. Maybe two little meditations. First, if we start with that very last line, may these unforgettable pastimes find a suitable sitting place in my heart. It's very nice to remember that what we're reading is the emotional life of the divine. These are the emotions of Radha and Mohan when they're playing out their love story. This is what it sounds like and feels like in human words when the gods love. So the purpose of this book, the purpose of this commentary is to help us to find that experience in our own hearts. Because in our own hearts, in our own souls, there is also that divine love. And it looks like this and acts like this and feels like this when we finally can discover it and uncover it and clear away the clutter that's blocking us from it. So when I'm reading these wonderful pastimes, I always think, this is how God makes love. What an amazing thing. And somehow this divine emotion is in me too. If I can only clear the way and find myself and understand that. And then the second meditation is just on how comical this is, this last paragraph. I mean, Mohan's acting like he doesn't know her. They meet 8 times a day for 10 million years. And he acts like he doesn't know her. Or maybe she's so fresh and new and beautiful that he doesn't recognize her just at once. And then they play this game of hide and seek. And, oh, what are you doing here? It's so dangerous. You're so lacking caution. And this too, it's somehow the playfulness of the Leela. that it's light. It's not dark and serious. It's light and positive. It's not taking itself too seriously, to put it in sort of modern words. It's playing a game of hide and seek. And then in the end, he grabs onto her dress and zoop, off she goes. Just like all the divine love we've ever wanted. We've all experienced this 100 times in our own little ways, different ways. We grab the skirt of divine love and off it goes without us. But tomorrow we'll try again. Without it.
That's true. Sometimes it's like they meet the first time, but sometimes he's waiting for her and trying to collect taxes. So that means that he knows she's coming here. He knows exactly what she's doing. So it's like both that they're playing.
Yeah. Or
when they are together, they enjoy to be together. But already the pain of separation is coming, and although they are together, they already miss each other because they know they are going to be separated again. So there's all this also different feelings and contradictory feelings and situations.
Yeah.
So this ever fresh love, ever fresh meeting, always for the first time, is what is increasing this love, and this through millions of years. We cannot really conceive this personally, but the material world is somehow not exactly the opposite, but the longer two are together, usually the more boring it gets. And if the first month, if you don't see each other 1 day or 2 days, you just almost die. And then after some time, you go alone in vacation or with some friends, and you get used to that. And here it's completely different every day.
They never get used to it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So we will read one more verse.
Yeah.
86. Or someone else want to share a little bit, Kishori?
Yeah, just I'm listening and thank you.
Oh, Sri Radhe, young lady love of the arbors, I desire the most astonishing Rasa of your maidservice, which is a festival of constant love at every moment for Lakshmi Devi, Shuka Muni, Narada Muni, and others, and which is attained by each of the adolescent girls of Raj by your grace alone. When will you cast a merciful glance on me? I read it again. Oh, Sri Radhe, young lady love of the arbors. You have to say something. I have to drink. I'm sorry.
Okay. So now Shripad is speaking from Sadhakavesh, so he's from his material position, and he's asking, when can I come back to you? When will you cast a merciful glance on me? But the main point of the verse, I think, is that Shripad, just like speaking for us in a way, he's in material form now and in Sadhakavesh like we are. And he's saying, I want to feel that flavor. I want to taste that rasa again. I want to taste that emotion of being your maidservant. And that's in a way, he's speaking for all of us. We all want to taste that emotion. And we all have tasted at least a tiny drop of it, which is why we're all here. We've always felt when we're meditating on Radha, or praying, or in temple, or with sadhus, with Gurudev, that we feel the flavor of something special. And that's exactly what Shripad is referring to. A tiny bit of flavor that we have, which makes us ask, please, can I have more of that flavor? So Shripad is saying, I desire the most astonishing ras, flavor, of your maid service. So all this just to say that we could very much put ourselves in Shripad's position in this verse. We have tasted a little, and now we are greedy for more, all of us. And then we pray that she'll give it to us. And giving it to us means just letting us serve her. Yeah.
Nectarian,
Yeah. Please.
the nectarian flavor of ever wonderful maid service. Shripad hymns. When the divine couple reveals its hundreds of delicious artful plays, this maidservant will be required to fulfill all of their desires. Wow. When Nagari and Nagara are tired of love-making, I will fill their mouth with betel leaves and anoint their bodies with soothing sandal paste, vermilion, musk, and camphor.
So why does she do this? Why is this the service we do as Mantaris? We put the betel leaf in the mouth so that they have a nice flavor, and we put sandal paste on their bodies and musk to cool them down so that they feel rested. Why do we do this? Well, because we want them to start up again. We want them to have a good rest and cool off, and then please continue the lovemaking so that the love will increase in the world, that prema will continue to flow. This is what our service is, making prema flow.
How wonderful is the love of the dear girlfriends. They worship them with their own hearts that are purer than gold, molten 100,000 times. That's why I say, O Radha, O young lady love of the arbors, please take me to your lotus feet. I sit here hoping for the nectarian flavor of your service, maid service. Although this service is very rarely attained, Shripad cannot give up hoping. Such a strong hope is a sign of Chaturati or Bhava Bhakti, according to Rupa Goswami, and is caused by the extraordinary sweetness of Srimati's forms, qualities, and pastimes.
But just by the way she looks, by what she does, then we feel this pleasure. Again, because the way she looks and what she does, these are pure emotions. And then they're shared with us when we can serve these emotions, when we can help her in our hearts to continue the loving relation with her Mohan.
I don't know if it's connected to this, but yesterday, or actually it is, because although the service is very rarely attained, now we are speaking about the service. And yesterday, Satvi was there with Ramakripa Rose and had to go out for a moment, and I was playing with the baby. And then all of a sudden it just hit me, my God, if I don't take the chance, really take the chance serious, I have to start all over again. And I cannot take for granted that I will take a birth like her. So I said to Gurudev, oh my gosh, if I'm not taking the chance this lifetime, I have to start all over again, like a baby. And then he said, and you don't know which parents you are going to have. And you don't even know, and we are not even sure. He said you, but in a way, I didn't feel like he's pointing. It's more like, and you don't even know if you're getting a human body. So it's like one of millions chance to be in the situation we are now, right now.
Mm.
And then reading this and seeing that he says, although the service is very rarely attained, Shripad cannot give up hoping. He is hoping. And in this moment, I think, why I don't have more greed, more, not the anxiety, but like so easy, you know, we take things for granted. We take for granted we can be here. But in the morning when I want to stand up, it's like, oh, get up. Maybe today I will sleep a little bit longer, or
It's 100% related.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is, and what you're describing is what I'm convinced everyone feels in one way or another. Why don't I surrender? I'm in such an auspicious position. Now I've met Gurudev. Now I've understood these texts. Now I've discovered this, and I've met associates. I'm almost there. Why don't I surrender? And this is what I do too every day. And taking for granted, this is our Western way of saying that we don't fully understand that we're in Maya. We don't fully understand that our nice Western lives are just illusion. We're blocked from understanding that. And if we really understood how foolish we are, how foolish I am to hang around in Paris and do my job every day, if we fully understood that, then we wouldn't wait a second to surrender. So it's very much this question of seeing who we are and understanding what is real and not as real, not as real, what is not real. And this is not so easy. But yeah, how many billions of years did your soul evolve to come to where you are right now, sitting in Vrindavan? It's a miracle that you're there and that you're curious and that you have this hope and you have some taste and you have some desire, all that. It's an absolute miracle. It probably took you 10 billion years, to get there. That's a very nice thought.
Difficult to make the best out of it. I mean, or not difficult, but yeah, as you say, it's so quick. We forget, or I forget, I guess, most of us, but so that's why it's really nice to read. And
yeah,
I mean,
remember.
The goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, the queen of Vaikuntha, wanted to associate with Krishna just like the gopis. So she gave up the chest of her husband, Lord Narayan, and went to Vrindavan to perform harsh austerities. See Bhagavad 10:1636. Still, even now, her desires are not fulfilled because she did not adopt the free mood of the gopis. She still has not given up her austerities and has not returned to Vaikuntha yet. What to speak of the goddess of fortune? Even Krishna's chief queen in Dwaraka, Rukmini Devi, is praising the spontaneous mood of the gopis.
That's amazing. Baba's describing what you just said.
Yeah. And I have not read it before.
You predicted it. So just like you and me both, we gave up the chest of our husband. Well, right. The chest of my wife.
We try.
We tried. We went to Vrindavan and everything, and still we're not surrendering. We're not, what does it say? We're not adopting the free mood of the gopis.
Yeah, because we still want to be independent. We don't want to depend. Still this thinking I'm the controller. I want to control the situation. I want to know what's going on tomorrow. And
I would put it in different words. I think you're right, but I would put in different words that we don't realize that we are not independent.
Or we don't realize, yeah. And also we don't really live in the moment. Like when you read this, Radha Mohan, they always live in the moment. Okay, the Mancharis, they also don't live in the moment. They're always, when can I serve again? Or, but this feeling, they still live in one, they have one one focus.
One-pointed. Yeah.
One-pointed, one focus. Eka. Rukmini Devi said, the gopis have given up their husbands, children, and all hopes for this life and the next life to serve Sri Krishna in the great love festival of the Rasa dance. They have attained a special intimate love for Lord Krishna that is always to be remembered by us queens in our highest spiritual practices such as meditations. Shukha Muni's great love for Sri Krishna and the gopis can be clearly seen in the way he described the Rasa Leela in Srimad Bhagavata, particularly in Sri Jiva Goswami's Lagutoshani commentary on the verse Api ena patni upagata. Out of great love, Sri Narada bathed in Narada Kund near Kusum Sarovar between Radhakund and Govardhan to attain the transcendental form of a gopi, so that he could be blessed with the direct audience of Sri Radha Krishna and the gopis, and taste the sweetness of their love. The word Adi indicates that also other great souls like Uddhava had attained such great love for Radha and the gopis. Uddhava's praises of the gopis have been written in the pages of the Bhagavata, Canto 10, Chapter 47, with golden letters. No one but him, who was a neutral spectator of these loving affairs, being in a mixed relationship of friendship and servanthood with Krishna, has so brightly made the victory flag of the gopis' love flutter in the sky. The gopis had attained their great love by the mercy of Srimati Radharani, and those who attain Srimati Radharani's personal service, Manjari Bhav, must be considered to be especially blessed. That is the purport of this verse. I was just thinking, why do they talk about the gopis all the time? I'm not really interested in the gopis, and I don't want to be a gopi. I'm not interested in my mind all the time. And then the last sentence comes, and those who attain Srimati Radharani's personal service, Manjari Bhav, must be considered to be especially blessed.
Hmm. Yeah, the Manjaris are a special class of the gopis, but they're gopis.
Yeah, I know. But still, it's just not, when we say gopi, it's just not clear what is their interest. And when you say Manjari, it's very clear.
Very clear. Yeah.
So it's like when you say gold, Radharani is golden, or she's molten gold, or you start to more fine to explain more and more and more. That's the difference.
What I mostly love about the story of Uddhav in Bhagavatam is that he goes, you know the story, but maybe I remind that when Krishna left Vrindavan to go to Mathura, the gopis didn't understand, and they were all heartbroken and lamenting and sad. And so Krishna said to Uddhav, well, go there and comfort them. And so he arrives in Vrindavan, and he's all rational and philosopher, and he's going to explain everything to them. And then when he sees the gopis and how they're reacting, all their sadness and their love for Krishna, he completely changes. So he went to teach them, and in the end, the gopis taught him about feeling. So in a way, it's the professor who gets the lesson from the pupils who know more than him about feeling. Very nice story. And I got this name, Uddhav, long before I knew this story from Gurudev, 14 years ago. And it's perfect. Learning from the gopis about feelings.
The scholar.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Should we start to read one more, or do we want to?
Well, I think that's plenty for today, don't you?
From my feeling, yes. For the meditation, definitely.
Lots to meditate on now.
It was very intense.
Good. Well, thank you for your reading, dear. Thanks for being there, even though it's lonely.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Go